Well, I like where our team's at. We'll see what this weekend brings. I mean, now the games are for real. Division two competition. Um, so, I think going in, a couple of good things. We're healthy, um, and so with the exception of really Ian Hodges, who's dinged up a little bit, um, and I've seen improvement in the preseason games that we played. I thought certainly Alma was our best 20 minutes of basketball we played so far. So yeah, some good optimism going into a place where you're going to play two really good teams.
Does it help that it's at Tech this time instead of all over the country?
Well, it is nice to be a little closer on a road trip. I think it's as close a road trip as you can get. So, I feel, it's nice for us because although it's on the road, it's a gym that we certainly have played in plenty and actually have shot the ball really well there. So, yeah, I look forward to, again, being able to really see what our guys are made of here in this weekend.
What's preparation like for tournaments like this? I guess go to the GLVC React Challenge.
Well, it's really early on in the season because you can go through all the synergy clips and stuff of last year, but every team is different. Every team is doing different things. So it comes more down to, what have we done in the last 2 months to prepare ourselves to go play. So scouting probably isn't as big a deal as it gets once you get into the meat of the GLIAC season. It's more, yeah, here's tendencies, but, what are we going to do? What is our team going to be able to do to make sure when you do the head-to-head matchup, we just do better than they do?
Do you like the fact there's tournaments to start the year, or would you rather just play a game that doesn't get into the tournament?
Well, it's an interesting one. I'd like to have a little bit of a tournament flavor. It is hard to sometimes go the back-to-back, the Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday. In the same breath, that when you get to tournament play, whether it be GLIAC or NCAA, that's what you're doing. You're playing back-to-backs. So I think you get a really good feel for your team, and I think that's the one thing you don't do. There's not many adjustments from a Friday to a Saturday, so you have a game plan of what you're going to do. But in the same breath, I think it's nice sometimes, win or lose, to get right back on the court and correct and do better than what you did the last time.
Are there any things you're looking for this next couple games to correct or hope that you guys improve on from what you saw in the preseason?
I think because we will mix up defenses quite a bit, so I'm hoping that we can do that a little more on the fly. That will be huge for us. Incorporating a little bit the up-tempo things that we've talked about. I still don't feel like we're playing, at the pace I'd like to see us go at. So again, now in a real live situation where, in every preseason game so far, we really haven't played our guys for extended periods of time. Even the Elma game where I said we were going to do that, well, we got a sizable lead and ended up just letting the bench finish it out. So this will be that true test of being able to stay conditioned and play at the level we want to play at for extended periods of time.
Any thoughts on Lewis, Wisconsin Parkside, scouting report on?
Well, Lewis is very good. Last year they, I think, ended up just outside of making the NCAA tournament, but have a really great core back. Delaney Blaylock is certainly their best player and probably up for GLVC Player of the Year. But they have a lot of size. They did have one transfer guard that left, Miles Simelton, but the overall just a well-coached team and always right around those 20 wins. And Parkside's the same thing, incredibly well-coached. And if you look at the last 5-6 years, they've been in the GLVC, which is a tough conference, either first or second. So, yeah, we get two great tests right from the start.
And you're going to be on the road for almost the entire month until, I think, the last day.
Oh, yeah. We get to figure out what it means to be in a bus with a bunch of guys for a while. But I don't mind that. I think if you look at our schedule, this is nice because, again, even though it's on the road, it's really almost a home game for us, distance-wise. Moorhead was return games, but a really neat atmosphere to play in. And then Thanksgiving break, The simple fact is we have the whole week off of school. So to be here for a game or something along those lines and have them just kind of hanging in Marquette, I think it's way better to get them on the road. And again, Gannon has a really strong basketball tradition, and I mean, for those guys, that's a really, really cool place to play. The Hammer Mill is a really neat environment to play basketball in. So there's some cool places that they'll be able to actually be able to compete in as well.
Do you believe that the team's depth is kind of like a gift and a curse, where you wanna give minutes to everybody, you wanna play deep? You talked about playing, sometimes 11, 12 man deep, but basketball's all about rhythm. When a guy's hot, you got to keep him in there. Do you kind of feel like the team's like that?
Yeah, I mean, for us, trust me, if we have somebody that's hot, he ain't coming out no matter what the rotation is. He's going to keep on playing until he's dog tired. I think it's more along the lines of, someone isn't giving the energy that they need to give, whether it be on the defense or offensive end. There is somebody else that we can put in and not see much slippage. And I think in the beginning, because I don't really think there's any defined, especially when you get to our players 5 through 12, we have to give them a shot to see, okay, when the lights are on, what can you do? My guess is, as we go through the season, that 12 is probably going to end up being about 9. But if it doesn't, I think that's a great thing. But yeah, you have to find that rhythm within units as well, and who works well together, and that's what these 6 games are all about.